The world COVID-19 pandemic is looking less like a crisis that comes and then passes, and more like a series of waves of varying strength, the number and duration unknown. Businesses have moved beyond cobbling short-term solutions into long-term rethinking of their processes and structures. Now, what if this socially distant, sanitized form of business becomes our long-term reality? Next question, how would this new approach alter corporate governance? Remember the last proper meeting of your board? You were all gathered around the table, the chair saying, next item on the agenda, sitting through presentations, so on and so forth. What if this actually was your last board meeting? You didn't know it at the time, but what if this was the final instance of this board gathering face to face before the next stage of corporate governance evolution struck? Despite all the technology and speed that have reinvented global governance over the decades, many of our corporate forms are still very archaic. Read a 2020 legal brief, and the language and capitalization are all relics of the 19th century. Some of the world's stock and commodity exchanges still have shouters and runners on a crowded trading floor. But even before the COVID crisis, exchanges in most developed countries had gone electronic. Now, what about the retro idea of gathering busy people around a board table? Maybe the shift to virtual board meetings and to governance overall is the future. A distinct board meeting day focuses directors on their governance role for a few hours at quarterly intervals. The drip feed approach of ongoing virtual governance keeps your company in the back of their minds day by day, and also it cuts the cost of board meetings by 90-odd%. At in-person board meetings, electronic devices are usually distractions, with your members texting when they should be paying attention. At online board sessions, the wired director is a one-person network, tuned into other members, presentations, resource materials, outside research, and chats, all at once. And at a time when board diversity is a scandal, the old benefits of boardroom chemistry in seeking new members kind of look stale. Traditionally, recruiting new talent for the board meant looking around the table and thinking of who else you know who would fit in here. If you take board searches online, though, that opens up the pool to fresh, diverse prospects, people who might be even better at online governance than you are. Now, I won't predict that the traditional sit down around a big table boardroom meeting model is dead, but after this year's shakeups, it's starting to look endangered. I'm Ralph Ward from the Boardroom for August.